English has 12 tenses. Russian has 3. That's it. No other complications, no present perfect versus past simple, no past continuous, no future perfect or continuous. One past, one present, one future. And they do all the work. Привет, студенты! In this video, I'm going to teach you the 3 Russian tenses, how to use and conjugate them, and how to recognize them in a sentence with the help of word markers. And if you are new here and don't know me yet, I'm Polina, a native Russian speaker and a certified teacher. And on this channel, I'm teaching you how to learn Russian with ease and joy. One thing before we start, I have made a free PDF to go with this video. The 3 tenses in the same order I'm teaching them, so you can follow along, plus the full conjugation tables, the irregular verbs, and extra exercises to practice afterwards. Grab it now if you want it in front of you. In this video, I will give you the explanations. The PDF gives you the tables. Link in the description or scan the code on the screen. Now grab a cup of tea and let's begin. The past tense. Прошедшее время. Let's start with the past, because it's the easiest one in the whole language. In English, the past is complicated. I read, I was reading, I had read, I had been reading. 4 different forms and you have to choose the right one. Russian has 1. Читать, читал. Here's how you build it. Take the verb, for example, читать, to read. Drop the t and replace it with l. Читать, читал. But now something happens that doesn't exist in English at all. In the Russian, the verb ending changes depending on the gender of the subject. For example, if you are a man, you say я читал, I read. But if you're a woman, or how I would say that, I would say я читала. To make the feminine form, you just add a after l. And if we read together, мы читали. You add и. Ты читал, you're masculine. Я читала, feminine. Мы читали, we read, plural. That's it. That's the past tense. Russian past tense is 3 endings, not 3 tenses. Just 3 endings. L, la, li. And if you want to say that you didn't do something, you don't change the verb at all. You put one small word in front of it. Не. For example, я не читала. I didn't read. That's the whole negative. One word in front of the verb. And it works exactly the same way in all 3 tenses. So you've just learned it once for the entire video. Now I will give you the fastest clue in Russian. Certain words tell you immediately that a sentence is in the past, before you've even looked at the verb. These are word markers, and here are the 3 you will hear the most. Вчера, вчера, yesterday. Час назад, an hour ago. Час назад. В прошлом году. прошлом году, last year. Here, one of those, and you already know when it's happening. Now, one honest thing before we finish, because I don't want you to be surprised one day. There is a second way to build the past in Russian, and the reason it exists is a system called verb aspect. Here's the whole idea in one sentence. Russian doesn't only ask when something happens, it also asks if the action is finished. That's it. That's all you need to know about it today. I'm not touching the aspect topic on purpose here so you don't get overloaded with new information. The variant you've just learned works perfectly, it's correct, and Russians use it constantly. Aspect is the next step. It's not a hole in what you've just learned. But if you still want to know more about that, you can find more information in the free PDF. Now let's take a look at some examples. Вчера я читала книгу. Yesterday I read a book. And notice something here. In English, you'd have to choose I read a book or I was reading a book. 2 different forms, and you would have to pick the right one. In Russian, читала covers both. One form does the work of 2. Another example. Час назад я писала письмо. An hour ago I was writing a letter. And one more example. В прошлом году я много работала. Last year I worked a lot. And listen to me. Читала, писала, работала. Every single one ends in la because I'm a woman. If you're a man, yours are читал, писал, работал. So, 1 tense down. A few Russian verbs don't follow this pattern. Those irregulars are in there too in the free PDF with the full table. Now let's move to the present tense. Present tense. Настоящее время. So now the present. And here the logic changes a little, but in a way that's going to help you. In the past tense, the ending told you the gender of the speaker. In the present, the ending tells you who is doing it. And that's actually very useful, because it means the verb carries the information. Let me show you with a verb you will use every day. Работать, to work. First of all, let's drop the t. You're left with работа. Now you add the endings. Я работаю, I work. Ты работаешь, you work. Он, она работает, he or she works. Мы работаем, we work. Вы работаете, you work, plural. And они работают, they work. 6 endings. That's the whole present tense. One small thing. In Russian, there are 2 groups of verbs. So roughly speaking, we can divide all the verbs into groups. And we can recognize which verb belongs to which group by looking at the ending. By the way, you can find more information about it in the PDF. So even when the vowel surprises you, the ending still tells you who is talking. Which verbs take which vowel, that's in the PDF with both full tables. As you notice, in the present, the ending of the verb doesn't change depending on the gender of the speaker. So, as a woman, I say я работаю. For example, you are. As a man, you also say я работаю. Here, in the present, the verb ending changes depending on the person. First, second, third, but not the gender. And here's something that makes Russian easier than you expect. In English, you can't build a present tense sentence without am, is, or are. I'm a student, she's at home. Russian doesn't use them at all because we don't use the verb to be in present. We simply say я студент. I student, if I translate literally. But that's a complete correct Russian sentence. And now I will give you some word markers so you can recognize the present tense. Сегодня, сегодня, today. Сейчас, сейчас, now. Каждый день, every day. Now let's take a look at a few examples. Сегодня я не работаю. Today I'm not working. And here's не again. Same little word in front of the verb, and it does exactly the same job as in the past. We just build the negation. Next example. Сейчас он гуляет в парке. Right now he is walking in the park. Next example. Каждый день мы учим новые слова. Every day we learn new words. As you can see, there is «и» at the end. I told you about it already, so nothing to worry about. The pattern still holds. The ending is still the same, just the vowel changes. Because the verb is in the second group. So, 2 tenses down. 1 to go, and the last one is the simplest of all 3. The future tense. Будущее время. The future is the easiest thing you will learn today. You already know most of it. You take the verb быть, to be, and you conjugate it. And after you put your other verb right away. Unchanged. Быть, conjugated, plus infinitive. For example, я буду читать. I will read. That's it. The verb быть follows the same pattern of conjugation like any other verb. So let's take a look at how быть conjugates. Я буду, ты будешь, он, она будет, мы будем, вы будете, они будут. The table with the conjugation of the verb быть you can also find in the PDF. Look at the form будешь. There is your ешь again. And будет There's your yet. Он, она, he, she. Same clues. New tense. The endings you learned 2 minutes ago just came back to work for you. So, now I will give you a few word markers. Завтра. Завтра. Tomorrow. Потом. Потом. Later or after. На следующей неделе. На следующей неделе. Next week. Через час. Через час. In an hour. Now let's take a look at a few examples. Завтра я буду работать в офисе. Tomorrow I will work in an office. You see, we use the conjugated быть, я буду, and right after we just put the infinitive. Я буду работать. I will work. Let's see another example. Потом ты будешь готовить ужин. Later you will cook dinner. You see, будешь, that's you. The ending told you before the pronoun did. Another example. На следующей неделе мы будем отдыхать. Next week we will rest. And one more. Через час я буду на встрече. In an hour I will be at a meeting. Pay attention to this one. There is no second verb at all. Just буду. Here I will mention one detail. There is the second way to build the future in Russian, just like the past. Also thanks to the aspect, but for now focus on what we've learned so far. Conjugated verb быть plus the infinitive works. It's correct, and Russians use it all the time. First master this, and once you can use these 3 tenses comfortably, you can move on. By the way, if you want me to make a full video on aspect and explain it properly, tell me in the comments, and if enough of you ask, I will work on it. And that's all 3. Past, present, future. The entire Russian tense system. Now let's see what's stuck. 4 questions, nothing to write, nothing to conjugate, you just have to recognize. If you've been following, you will get this. I will show you each one, then give you the answer. Pause whenever you need. Question 1. Which of these words tells you a sentence is about the past? Сегодня, вчера, завтра. It's be, вчера, yesterday. Question 2. Which one would I say about myself? Я читал, я читала. The answer is B. Я читала. The la ending is feminine, so that one's mine. And if you're a man watching, yours is я читал. Same pronoun, different verb. Either way, that l is telling you this is the past. Question 3. One of these means you speak. Which one? Он говорит, ты говоришь. Ты говоришь. That sh is your clue. Sh always means you. Option A ends in t. Он говорит. He speaks. The last question. Which sentence is about the future? Я читаю. Я буду читать. Я буду читать. So, how did you do? Look at what you have now. 3 tenses and 4 clues per each tense. That's all you need at your step to learn Russian tenses. And if you want to go deeper in learning Russian, I have a full complete program for beginners. The enrollment is open right now. I will leave the link in the description. And don't forget your free PDF, all 3 tenses, the full conjugation tables, the irregular verbs, and more exercises to practice. Everything that we did today is in one document. The link is in the description. Спасибо for learning with me. I hope this video was useful and helpful to you. Don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps me understand that you like my content. And subscribe for more easy Russian lessons. I will see you in the next one. Пока-пока.